welcome back to what if Ben 10 had every Ben. Or no, hold on. What if Deku had every Ben 10 alien's powers? So, where we left off, the Ben 10. Or no, I meant Zuko is having a great conversation with a female way bad. Yeah. As he knew a lot, like, he can hear every word from every alien's voice. It's like treating their alien's voice as like a human voice. So, yeah. So, as the crab guy, AIM, says, that's interesting. Yeah. He's way particular with creatures. It doesn't matter. Let's kill him. No. He's too valuable. As Todoroki is filming on his phone of two Titan size creatures talking, as they didn't understand a word that they said, because they used Zuko uses the same like words or like same language as them. So Todoroki posted or sent it to everyone as Ochako, who was like, this is weird. I think he got blown away by how loud it was. Like, they sent everyone away. As, yeah. It was so loud that even as they looked underneath the title, it says Zuko is talking to a alien in their own language. So yeah, they couldn't believe when they saw Zuko's voice, or what in the title thing. They couldn't believe. Even Inko, or no, not Inko, Zumi was a little bit shocked about it. Like, her own brother talking to a supernatural girl in their own language, and as he shares it with, or so she shares it with his or her mother, or their mother, as it says, I am down to not turn it off, just enough to hear it. As Inko is watching, and as she's couldn't believe her own son is talking to a alien species as when they were done chatting, she decided to, instead of using her mega beam thing, and she literally walked, or she got up, walked all the way to him, and kissed him right on the lips. As, yeah. As everyone couldn't believe, they don't want to know what they were talking about. So as he turns around, as he tells, or actually he told her to see her around, as the very next day, he literally went over to when he went back, or before he went back with Todoroki, Endeavor decides to ask him, what did they say? Because through that entire conversation, it's basically you two were yelling at each other. As Zuko, who turns around, as he says this, it's nothing too worried about. She and or actually she decided to, because when she saw me, she wanted him to be her boyfriend, and we get known on her better as, yeah, Zuko, who as Endeavor's like, holy crud, how did you, as Todoroki asks, how did you understand that language stuff? As he says, well, see, Todoroki, when I use powers, I also get their, voices too. Basically, if I use Wild's Months, or my, one of my creatures things, or my transformations powers, I also gain like their conversations. It's like for her, him, it's like her talking in a normal voice, not yelling kind. As and when he was getting to school, he comes out of nowhere as he says, "Huh, so you can understand them, am I right?" Yes. The hmm. Well, I am a crab anyway, so I don't understand that language stuff. so so she's literally hiding like in the mountains. So yeah. She was like sleeping even as she's literally dreaming like happy dreams. Like she's smiling in her dreams of her and Zuko getting like the marriage thing. So, yeah. As when they got back to school, everyone is asking him, what the heck was that? And, like, everyone, Zuko, like Mina, or actually, Mina knows what he's. Or actually, Todoroki actually knew what. So, she does. And Todoroki, or like Todoroki, knew what he's. That he got forced to. And dating him, or the. Not Todoroki, but the. Weiban. Or actually, Zuko says, huh, do you mean. As he actually says the name of that breed, or that alien type, as they don't have a clue of what it is. Sorry. They don't have a clue of what he just said. And to translate into for your understanding, they are way bad. That's their name. As he explains what it is. As like when the time progressed, everyone, like even like Momo, and Toga wanted Zuko for themselves. As yeah, like Momo, Toga, and Ochako wants Zuko because they know that, or actually one day when they had their like little get together, Toga brought up or this good question of when admires all three of us to like Zuko. As Momo is like, good point. Or good question. Well, he does like to talk to different people or the different creatures, like but his transformations and powers, I would rather go for his powers and transformation things. Okay. How about as she turns to look at Ochako, as she asks, why do you like him? Or, as Ochako at first was like, okay, well, I just like him because he's super kind. Heart. And she is, when after she said that, she starts blushing. But like Toga likes him because of he's funny and nerdy. So yeah. But and at the boys' side, there was two people, or no, three people. Tenki, Hentry, Sir, and Grapefruit, guy, the one that's down below, had their meetings, and Denki says, we really don't like him. For different reasons, right? As all three of them, or one of them, says, he's such a chick man in it. So, yeah. So there's three of them that like him, three of them that don't, and so one, or there's 10, 15, 20. So that makes it like 14 of them have mixed emotions of his, like, so yeah. So they went to the camp, and funny enough, the camp was right next to her when as she was next to the Pussycats base thing. And plus, All for One knows that Zuko has some special connection to talking to aliens, creatures that have no human like words. So he decides to tell, or he actually sent the Nomus to go grab Zuko and bring him to his area, to him. So, yeah. Zuko was, and plus, Mountain Lady was, when she heard it on the news about someone's bigger than her transformation thing. Yeah, she tries, or she knows that. So, yeah. They went shopping as Toga decides to ask Zuko of, do you like, or who do you like? As he's just like, it was during the mall arc. As, yeah. So she's like, well, you're not stubborn, but you got that question a lot. Yeah, basically, everyone's asking me that. Uh, you, my own sister, and everybody. It's like, just leave me alone. I talked to a female way bad, or that female girl or alien girl, and now it's a big deal of who like, even the news people is trying to interview me. As, yeah. As Zuko is a little bit of the shy one, just like Ochako, but he can't, and like, so they asked him to come on stage, as they asked Zuko about, do you know this creature? Her? As pulls up her, as she says, or he says, yes, I do. As he actually says the, like, a name of the type that she is, like, what, because we all have, like, different race things, so better to say types. So, yeah, her type is, like, I forget. So, he explains in what they are doing. They are ravenous creatures. They don't even know what to do. Like, they wanted to go, and destroy everything. And as, yeah, and but this one. She's different from the others. She knows what she wants. And as they said, tell us. She wants a boyfriend. That's what he says. As so he says, so why did she pick you? Oh. As he doesn't know why. As yeah, so she actually was as she as he I don't know. So yeah. So Nezu's like, huh. Yeah. So and don't worry. Alright, Zuko, we got your back, Jack. Okay? As he comes back to see her. As she recognizes that scent from anywhere. So she literally does the same thing as, yeah. So he transforms back into his, like, when they first met. As they both start talking and eating, like, breakfast. As she was down and laying. So he asked this question to her. As she says, or she answers. I'm gonna do a translation. As she had the same answers as all three of them had, like what Momo, Toga, and Ochako had, all combined into one. And he also said that because he was a super annoying, like a little brother to me. So, yeah. And as she points to her chest, like where her heart is, as she says, every time I see you, as she's literally says, or in her own words, she says, every time she sees him, her heart starts pounding inside of her chest. And he could tell that she has feelings for him. As, yeah, he basically knows how she's feeling to him. As he says, as she literally went over and she did, like, she literally trained with him. Because when she says, see you around? Mm. And he tells her that, don't worry, we'll be right over there. As he points to it. So, okay. As she got, like, near him, and, like, kissed him. Yeah. So, this is not, like, horrible, like everyone dies kind. No. But it's, like, romantic part, and then, but at night, because he tries to warm up his own body, so he had to sleep outside. Poor dude. And he decided, or actually, she gets up, she walks over, picks him up, and she used way bigs, or when she says way big, it activates his power, as now his flame went away, but he was the same size as her. So both of them was cuddling together. Like, she was spooning him. So when he got up, yeah, they all thought he was, like, where did he go? As he's close by, as one of the pussycats uses telepath thing, as she says he's with that girl, as they're trying to wake up from their nap thing. But when Ochako knows which girl that she's talking about, as she's embarrassed. So yeah. And so is Momo, and, like, Toga. So she says, why? Why did we, like, take him out? Or take him outside? Remember? Because of his pyro power? Oh, yeah. As she smacks herself in the forehead. knocks herself out. So, yeah. So, let's start training. But first, Tanya, please go home, wake up Zuko. And ever you do, don't wake up that female way bad. And, okay? As Tanya agrees, as he runs, and as he tries to, like, get his attention, or before he left, or he ran back to ask Momo to have a something that's metal rod thing, and he comes in just enough to poke him. As Zuko woke up, as when when Tanya accidentally hit into Zuko's knee with a metal rod. Yeah, that wakes anyone up. As he rips it out. I don't know what that sound is outside, so alright. So yeah. As between it woke both of them up. As Tanya saw her how upset she is for jamming, or not jamming, for trying to poke and her boyfriend. So she decides to shoot the laser at him. But before she does that, Zuko stepped in and she says, "That's okay, Aim." As he was just trying to wake me up from, okay? As she got a kiss from him, and time to start training. As she agrees, as she brought her, or like, she actually just like waits around. Like, she just like, she looks over. Yeah. So, Tanya, or when Zuko and Tanya were walking back, Tanya says, "Sorry about that, man. How's your knee?" And then, as he used Goob's leg, and he, like, the Goob, or his leg, got healed all the way back to, it's like him regenerated. So yeah, Zuko was basically, so now he got training, and then at night of course, if she can like run in and save him if so yeah. So he did that like little walk around thing, and she could smell the smoke thing, and guess who, or he was the front person, as his he's trying to like as so he got knocked out by some gas thing, or like sleeping gas, as she's literally mad as she steps over the mountains. She runs towards where he's at currently, as she could see him on the floor, like with a mask thing, as she couldn't believe that she thought he was dead, but turns out when she smelled the air, and she says, gas, sleeping gas, as she ran to the source, and I don't know who the villain that has that power hour has, but man, he got pummeled by her. She walks back to him, or actually, he pump, or as in Nomu, who grabs Zuko's body, as they start jumping and run at exact same time as she walks. She sees them carrying her husband to somewhere. So, yeah. She basically followed them. Like, as Hunter, like him, is as Hunter says, those look like good trophies. As the brain says, well, those creatures, the ones that carrying our prized possession away? Yes. They are called the Nomus. They are experimented on, like a Frankenstein's monster thing. Ooh, let's have them as trophies, shall we? Yep. Okay. That's the part that, as he says it, as they, as he says, who knows, you might actually battle against them. As he agrees. So they all three of them start running. And when they got to the base. All for One walks up to Zuko and he says, "Good morning, Zuko. I hope that my pets didn't hurt you." As he's still drowsy, as he's like, looks like they knocked you out by. And so, but at the camp, the like everyone or Eraserhead says, "Is everyone okay?" Yeah. Sorry about that. My mom just came in. So yeah, basically, as Zumi Hing says, "Hold on, where's Zuko?" As they all look around, I think those creatures have him. And yeah, so they went to try to save him. But they also know that the female Waybad is really mad right now. So, as All for One says is using a special thing to try to copy Zuko's DNA. All of it. So, yeah. So then All Might shows up. They had their battle. Or actually, not All Might. The female Wayband shows up. And man, she was mad. She literally pounded All for One into oblivion. But Zuko, who turned himself into a puddle of goo to have the debris don't fall on him. So yeah. So she ends up walking after she tears All for One limb from limb, and All for One was still living, as All Might shows up, and he battled against All for One because All for One regenerated or put himself back together, and he decides to use so All Might was down, but so only person that really know how to go toe to toe with him, or actually All for One says goodbye. As a gooey substance that's green in in wrapped around All for One's body. And he, yeah, he literally transformed into goop. Yeah. And he used, as he says, well, you're in gooey situation. As before the beam goes off, as they all thought he was dead. But he reformed back. As he says, yep, I'm back, sucker. As then he transforms into like or into this, and yeah, like basically like took him underground or no, above ground and do all that stuff. So yeah, and yeah, All for One died actually because all of them agree. And so now, well, I'm skipping the overhaul fight to the, like, he did save. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Oh, right here. He did save Ares, as, of course, yeah, and then he spends a lot of quality time. He's with her, and of course, Momo, Ochako, and Toga is like telling him to don't see her anymore. So yeah, basically that's what happened. And of course that's what they said. As Zuko says, why name? As Ochako had a little sip of they love him. When she covers her mouth, when she after she said that, yeah. So as he's like, as Toga, or no, they were like all asking him to do different things. As he as he was like, what's wrong, kiddo? As he says, well, he or most of them is trying to separate me from female way bad, and both or all girls wanted to or told me that, and ends up um as you know relationships are hard. Like you're really think about it, as he or as she basically he told her he needed some alone time before, as she knows something's up. Usually, when he says that, there's something like completely wrong. So she asked him, "What's wrong? Please tell me." As she's like, because she's roaring, she actually says, or like after that, she's says, "You're my boyfriend." So, no, what happened? So, yeah, Zuko says this. It's there's three girls in my class wanted me to get away from you, but it's not because it's because they wanted me more. That's what they are saying. As she was, when she heard that it was he wanted him more than her, she got really mad. Like she literally rampaged down the main aisle, and of course everyone knows, or actually, as he says, huh, she told her the truth, Molly. As the crab guy says, huh, yeah, that really doesn't faze me at all. As she's roaring, she's trying to look for those three girls that were trying to keep him away from her. So, yeah. Hold on. So now, this is bye bye. Peace out.